I've got one that can see.
In 1965, two University of Pennsylvania psychology graduate students by the name of Martin Seligman and Stephen F. Meyer carried out an experiment, although highly unethical, on a group of dogs. Martin divided them into three groups, and when he rang his bell, he zapped them with electricity. Some could escape the shocks by releasing themselves from harnesses, other dogs could hit a lever, whilst other dogs weren't given a way out. And when the conditioning was complete, Seligman moved to the second phase of the experiment. The group of dogs that had no way of escaping the shocks were placed with the other two groups of dogs that could escape. Now, in this new box, the dogs could escape the shocks by simply jumping over a short wall to the other side of the box that was free of zaps. Interestingly, the dogs that were given the chance to escape in the previous experiment did indeed jump over the wall and evaded the pain, whilst the dogs that were not previously given an escape path surrendered to the shocks, barking in pain and passively waited for the shocks to cease. Due to their previous experience, they had developed a cognitive expectation that nothing they did would prevent or eliminate the shocks. This learned behavior, the belief that no matter what they did, they could not change their circumstance, was what Seligman termed learned helplessness or acquired despair. Similarly, in India, when elephant trainers catch a baby elephant, they tie its foot to a post, causing it to struggle for days in attempt to break free till it gives up when it learns that it's useless. In its later years, when that elephant grows to its full size, nevertheless, it does not attempt to break free, despite being strong enough to do so, and instead passively awaits the trainer to set it free because its mind has been broken and has learned that it is helpless.
Living below in this old sinful world, hardly a comfort can afford. Sing it with me. Striving alone to face temptation so. Won't you tell me where could I go but to the Lord?
Here's the story that Ron Wyatt told me before he died. I sat in his living room and talked to him for 3 hours about the Ark of the Covenant. He said, Brother Hovind, I found the Ark of the Covenant. I said, yeah, right. Okay, and I'm Methuselah. I'm still around. He said, no, Brother Hovind, I really did. I said, well, tell me about it, Ron. Now, Ron was a great guy. He was the kind of guy that if I was God, I would let him find all these things because he wasn't out for any glory. He's not bragging about it. He wasn't, not looking for money. Just wanted to, he's a humble servant of the Lord. He had a lot of Seventh-day Adventist teaching in him, which I would disagree with, some of the things they teach. He wasn't a Seventh-day Adventist, but he believed some of the things they believe, okay? He said, I was walking along the north side of Jerusalem and with an Israeli friend of mine, and we're walking along talking about things and, what happened here, because Ron's been a student of Scripture for many, many years, okay, and knew it extremely well. He said, we're walking along, all of a sudden my left arm stuck out, and I pointed to this garbage dump. There's a pile of rubble, been there for hundreds of years, up against the side of this cliff. And there's a road along the bottom, there's a big cliff and, another plateau on top. He said, my left arm stuck out, and my mouth started speaking, and my mouth said, that's Jeremiah's grotto. The Ark of the Covenant's down there.
I've got one that can see.